right. Let's go ahead and get this started. Gotta make sure that my voice comes up well enough. Basically, this whole PC got reset. Alright, I sound good. Okay, I can hear myself. Okay, the whole PC got rebuilt over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. So everything is new. Everything, just about everything is new. The only thing that is not new is the graphics card and the SSD. Everything else on this baby is brand new. Basically swapped out everything. You know, and crazy thing is I took advantage of it since I was, you know, kind of under the weather about a week or two ago, and just got it back. But you know, there were a few things that kind of popped up. Like I had the rare spawn chance of having my motherboard that we had ordered that come in from Amazon. The motherboard was basically like dead on arrival. The power leads were bad, so we had to go ahead and have another one put in. So a bunch of different things like that were kind of slowing down the process, that and maybe another thing or two, but for the most part, it was little surprises along the way. Like the power supply I had gotten was failing for some reason, the new one as well. So we ended up I just ended up buying another one, swapping it out. But then again, it wasn't a very well-known brand. It came highly recommended, but it is one of those newer brands. It doesn't have. It was a Century 2. It doesn't have the quality assurance that like you'd get from like Corsair. Like it doesn't have the quality testing. So I have to return that. But I did get a Corsair for the power supply, same wattage and all that. I wanted to basically double my wattage. So everything is rebuilt, brand new, everything from the bottom up. So I was rushing to get this updated, get everything done so I could get online and stream. I knew I was going to be late. I didn't know how late, but I wanted to get this on the show, get the show on the road as quickly and as much as I could. And here I am. So, because all week I've just been playing on this HP like desktop that I got for like $600-700 from Walmart. So that's what I was kind of like that was kind of just my beater to go ahead and get onto the game and do a little bit of light editing. But now I'm good. Now, you know, I've got the big boy back in the house, and and now we're ready to roll. Now I can finally do the videos that I want. You know, because like all my like assets for my videos were on this PC, so I didn't have anything really on my other one. So, but yeah, glad to be back, glad to be online and live streaming again. Because I kind of felt bad that I couldn't be here for the past 2 weeks, but literally I just couldn't do anything about it. And then after a while, I was like, you know, I was trying to get an idea of when I was going to be able to get on and live stream and try to map it out, and that didn't work very well. Like, you know, it just, you know, you can't plan for some certain things, no matter how much you try, but you know, the time was needed, so I took it. Alrighty, let me look here. Oh, look at me, I'm so stupid. I did not even realize we didn't have the scene up. There we go. There's the scene. There we go. I'm talking here the whole time. Had no idea that I didn't even put the scene up. So there we go. All right, let's go ahead and get this show on the road. All right. So we have Seneku. Let's take a look. Got the shaded comic. That's not bad. It's all right. I kind of wish there were some brighter colors to that. And then we have Evil Star. Evil Star. He just needs the red ring or something on there. But yeah, very very old fashioned villain there. But anyway, welcome Oni, Eldu, and XDBD. XDBD says, Iconic, how are you doing? I'm just going to be watching you. Also, I just want to say I'm going to be getting some early birthday presents tomorrow. I'm glad to hear that. Well, happy birthday. Happy early birthday. And thanks for hanging out with me today. So we got an Evil Star. I like that. I think the gloves match really well with the boots that basically come with the pants. And then we have Clea over here. I'm just gonna drop down. So we got Clea over here. Very nice. I'm really looking forward to the Doctor Doom Avengers Doomsday movie. That seems to be really good. I'm really looking forward to that. We got Corsair Raider. Very nice. Yeah, I really like that Joker headpiece. I really like that. Very nice. It actually goes really well with like those pieces there. Let's turn in here a little bit. Who was I looking at? I was looking at somebody. Oh, we got Slim over here. Yeah, very nice headpiece for a Cyclops. When I saw this on the test server, I was like, I can see a lot of Cyclops characters wanting to use this. Like that's like a really nice, like, I feel like it's just like it's a visor, but then it's also like kind of like goggles. It's just nice. It's a nice like low profile like visor goggle thing going on there. So I think that works really well. And I'm glad to see that they were kind of like thinking the same thing. And then we have Richard Wayne over here. So this is supposed to be the Slade suit. Let me swap something here. All right, there we go. So this is supposed to be the Slade suit going on here. All right, let's try that. Because let me see. Okay. We'll just take care of that later then. So this is the Slade suit that he does in the Teen Titans. I think that's kind of cool. I like that. Very nice. Let's see what else. And then we have Cheater over here. Okay, it's not bad. I kind of like the knee pads and the shoulders kind of match really well. I kind of like that. Yeah, it's not bad. XDBD says, I forgot you usually on US, right? PC, yes. Yeah, I mainly, oh, look at that. Everybody got all their red, blue, and green lanterns out. Look at that. That's quite the sight. But yeah, I'm on the US PC side. So, you know, that's just how it kind of works for me. I mainly reside on that server. you know, I sometimes jump on like the EU side if I want to see something like early or get something early, like different events and stuff. Then I'll kind of look at that. But um, otherwise, I really don't pop over there too often. So that's how I kind of look at it. And then we have relevation over here. Very nice. Let's see. Did I look at Calidor? I don't know if I did or not. I'm really excited for the event that they're going to go ahead and have coming up on the 23rd. I was really happy to go ahead and talk about that and show some of the stuff off. I mean, it was too bad I couldn't get, you know, the rewards for it to show off. It just, you know, things just didn't line up for that. But you know, the photos were the next best thing. I mean, we'll see it when we see it. But yeah, very nice rewards. I like the emblem. The jacket's all right. I like the jacket. It's okay, but the emblem's what I really like. Let me see here. Ray no Ezekiel. He says you are so yeah. Uh, yeah, I know. I'm so brain dead today. I've just been having a lot of stuff going on and kind of threw everything together. And now I'm kind of trying to make sense of things and read things and try to get back into the you know, the whole deal of looking at everything, making sure I'm taking a look at everything. This is actually pretty nice. I kind of like this, please. Yeah, I really like that. Yeah, that's quite a nice design there. I kind of like that. Very nice. XDBD says, okay, then I might go on one of my characters now to show off. I just need to know what phase you're in. I'm in phase 1, but I usually jump to all the different phases later on. I like to kind of clear through each phase so that I'm not really missing anybody. If there's something cool, I usually try to pick up on it. But I'm also kind of in vacation mode because my last day of work this week was Saturday. And I have the next 9 days to myself. So I'm kind of just hanging out, doing my thing. Probably going to grind on the game a little bit. Probably going to take a bike ride or something. But I have a ton of time to myself. So I'm definitely going to take advantage of it. So we'll put it that way. But yeah, so I'll definitely just be kind of hanging out, doing my thing. You know, kind of get in touch with league mates and talking with them a little more. You know, because usually it's kind of like I'm kind of in and out, or we've got like different play times, and then we have to group up for certain things later on. But this will kind of be my you know, my time to kind of do, you know, maybe a few more things around the house, visit a few friends and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely have things to do, but then again, everything's pretty chill, and I'm just kind of taking everything one day at a time. But definitely gonna kind of chill out for maybe a day or so, kind of just relax. Century in my tell says, awesome suit. I love your style videos. I didn't even think about that. This is a Superboy Prime that I made. I want to see if I want to use the Supergirl emblem with this one or not. But I'm definitely going to go ahead and try it out and see which one I want. I would do an emblem where it has the red and the black instead of the red and the yellow, but I just didn't have another color slot. So I just ran with this instead. I mean, yeah, because I literally ran out of color slots because I'm like, yeah, there's nothing I could sacrifice for that. But I know that Superboy Prime in some versions does have the red and the yellow on the emblem. So I'm more than happy with this. And then I made a Sinestro Corps version of the character as well. So, so yeah. So I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good. That's what I was thinking of when I saw the Might of Krypton chest for the first time. For me, it was like, okay, I need to make like a Superboy Prime out of this. So, yeah. That's otherwise he probably would have went straight into a video, to be honest. Superboy Prime would have went into the last video, but when I saw the Might of Krypton chest style, I held off and made sure he didn't go into the last video, so that I could use this and then put him in the next video. Ray No Ezekiel says, change bad known for a bad don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about there. Sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. Calidar says, Supergirl emblem colors seem better. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, you know, because maybe, like, I don't really want the lines of, like, the Superman emblem. Like, I feel like it maybe doesn't match super well. I mean, it matches okay, but I want to, you know, I want to look at my options. And I don't want to use the absolute Superman emblem because it seems like the red on it, the quote unquote red, is like more of an orange. So so I'd probably go ahead and hold off on that. Like I didn't like that. It didn't match the red of the rest of the suit, so that was kind of like a no. David says, hi, Iconic. Glad you're back on. I'm working on a good Superboy Prime style like he's appearing in the comics now. Yeah, I actually saw that. That new suit is very interesting. But I do like it. I did see that. It's definitely a lot more slimmer and like cut down versus like the old Superboy Prime where it's like big and bulky. Because the whole thing about the old Superboy Prime is that all the parts that he has are like basically the same technology as like the Anti-Monitor, and it's used for him to siphon solar energy and house it, so he can have extra like at all times. So he's always being pumped with solar energy, basically. Spidey Fan says, I didn't know you were on. Is my Sentry good or do I need work? Yeah, let's take a look. I'll just do recent text. Let me take a look here. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. The only thing I would say is I don't know about the bracers. The hair's good, but maybe I'd go a little longer on that. I'm trying to think of what I used with my Sentry. I think the eyes are good. I think the eyes are fine. But yeah, I think maybe just like a material to kind of make them seem like they all go together. I think that would be fine. Yeah. And then I would probably make the blue a little more muted to make it have more of like a little bit of a modern look to it. You don't have to go like super dark on it, but that's what I would do. I'd do something like that. And I'd probably make the hair a little more... I would try to change the hair or change the color of the yellow on the suit so that they don't look the same. You don't want the hair and the suit to almost look like they're the same color, because then it's going to wash out your character. You want it to be different. So that's what I would look at. And then we have Maggot over here. I like the little tumor on the shoulder. That's actually kind of cool. I like this because basically he's alluding to these guys floating around him to being the maggots basically that come out of his chest or stomach rather. That's what it kind of alludes to. So I kind of like that. Yeah, that's kind of nice. I like that. Well done. That's very well done. And then we have... where are they? Voltagon. Yeah, they're using the metallic, but man, does that look good. Yeah, that looks very good. Yeah, very nice. Very nice style. King Black Bolt. Very nice. Spider-Span says, if you could pick a super emblem to put in game, what would you pick? I'll get my Superboy Prime. If I could pick a super emblem to put in the game. Oh man, that's a good question. I really got to think on that. Nope, I got it. I would want the Hank Henshaw Sinestro Corps emblem. That's what I'd want. Hank Henshaw Sinestro Corps emblem. Still technically a Superman, not the Superman. Either that or I'd do the Red Sun Superman emblem. But I think I'd want to do the Hank Henshaw Sinestro Corps emblem first. That's what I'd do. Always Friendly says, check my boy Homelander if you don't mind. Yeah, sure, why not? Is he... Do we got him? There we go. Oh, I've seen this one before. We saw him like, I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I saw him. I could tell because he uses the chest style. A lot of people like to use the patriotic chest style, but he uses the segmented slimline. So I remember this one. Yeah, very nice. Spidey fan says, thanks, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, it just, when it comes to the different hair and the pieces of the style, like, I think a good example is Kang the Conqueror. If you see the video that I have with King the Conqueror, I could have just done purple and green and had only 2 colors. But it would have just looked so plain, so washed out. It doesn't have depth to it. So I did it to where there was a light lavender, there was a dark purple, and then there was, like, I know a lot of people like to use like a very green forest green. I went with a really dark bluish green. So it's not like a blue green, but it's like it's still kind of heading in that direction. And I feel like having a softer green works well with 2 different like purples. And so I did the 2 different purples so that it gave some depth to the style. And then of course then you have his blue face, which adds like a contrast to it. But that's what I wanted to do, because you know I could have just done 1 green, 1 purple, had no sort of like, you know, different shades of them, whatever, and it would have looked okay. But to go to the next step is to add a 3rd color in there, maybe divvy up 1 color into 2 colors and give it some depth, you know, or add metallic metal to it, or, you know, so, you know, add a little something if it doesn't have that, because usually I think it's kind of plain if you don't have that depth, and it really sticks out when you do add it. All right. David Sharp says, I've been using the absolute flash symbol for my Overgirl and XS Styles. It looks really good. Yeah, like if they gave us like a Red Sun or an Overman emblem, I wouldn't complain. That'd be fine. We got the Merciless over here. Looks like they lost a few pounds. They need to they need to hit that gym and get a little more swole. Yeah, they need to get a little more swole. How are they going to war max on the other God of War? They need to beef up a little bit. And who else? Somebody else sent me a tell. And then we got a Beast Boy. One true Beast Boy. I like how everybody's using the animated tail. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Definitely has like an X-Men vibe to it. And then Duzu over here. Looks like he's got a Superman thing going on. See, that's the absolute Superman. That emblem's okay, but it's like, see how he has red, and that's more of an orange? It doesn't really match too well. That's the only thing. I love these shoulders. I love those shoulders for the suit. I made a White Lantern style using some of those parts as well, especially those shoulders. Looks really good. I really like them. We got Prince Michael over here. Very nice. I could tell that's the magnetic chroma. Something like that. Let's see. And then we got Dakin over here. Dakin. Oh, and I knew when I saw these hands, I was like, people are going to use this for Wolverine. And to be for real, like they're legit. Like I was like, okay, finally some Wolverine fans actually get their Wolverine claws. So yeah, I got to make a style for that as well. But you could tell they're making probably like his bone claws, right? Like this is probably meant to be like a Savage Wolverine or something like that. Or maybe the person's making like a version of like Wolverine's children or something. That's probably more or less what it is. And then we got Wally West over here. Let's see. There we go. There you go. Very nice. Trying to see what else we got. PD over here. Very nice. Little Red says it's the Red Beast Boy from New 52. That's funny. You got the Green Hulk and the Red Hulk. Now you have the Green Beast Boy and the Red Beast Boy. You know what? I don't think I ever really clocked that and really saw that, to be honest. Let's see. Always Friendly says, I changed up my Homelander style a bit. See what you think. Give me a sec here. I actually like how they... see what they did there? They took the leg style and they put the red on there at the very end. And then they put these boots on to make it look like the boots go all the way up to the side there. That's not bad. I kind of like that. I mean, that's pretty creative. The only thing is, like... I would probably use some boots that don't have like a black lining on the whatever, because I think that does break the immersion, but I do like the idea. I think the idea is really nifty. I think it's a good one. And then we have Barry over here. So another Kryptonian Superman. You got all the red, but the emblem is all orange. So they could probably do with that Supergirl emblem. It looked really red in the photo, so fingers crossed it actually is that. Let me see here. Got Tyrant Homelander again. Yeah, I see you're using the different chest, hands, boots, shoulders. Yeah, so this is what I usually see for the versions when I see people making Homelander. That's usually what I see for the most part. And then we got Clyde over here. Very nice. I like it. It's a nice magic style. I think it's nice that you have like Marvel rivals and people are able to make like their styles on here as well. That's kind of cool. And then we have Sapphire Star over here. You know, this is kind of nifty. I mean, I could dig it. That's kind of nifty. Having a female Star Sapphire Guy Gardner? Yeah, that's fine. I kind of like that. I haven't seen that before. And then we have Lord Morrow. Dear God, I hope they do this pretty soon in the show. That'd be kind of cool. I can't wait to see the next Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Super show. Like they need to get that like ASAP. He's probably not near here, is he? Yeah, Morrow's a big bad. So it'll be cool to see him when he finally makes it, because I know he's in the manga for the most part. Yeah, he's not over here. That's fine. Alright, did I look at everybody I wanted to look at? Let's see here. Mrs. Steek. Oh, that's alright. XDBD says, iconic, if you see a character with the Raven style, that's me. I got a Raven TM. Is that you over here? I see this one over here. It's not bad. The forehead gem is pretty nice. I know that doesn't come cheap. Let's see. All right. You got this version of Storm. Very nice. I actually like this. I think the material's nice. I think the Phoenix material's nice with it. Yeah, very nice. Let's see. Trying to see if there was someone else that I knew I was looking for. All right, so no, they're not over here. So I think I'm gonna look at the Black Widow over here, and then I think I'll drop down a phase. Or Storm Sky. Here we go. We'll look at them real quick. Looks like they got the new material. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's see. Got the Black Widow. Oh, and everybody's loving that new chest style. Very nice. It's a very, very well done chest style. Everybody can finally have their Talia al Ghul. They can have their Black Widow. They can have their Catwoman. Just the open shirt thing going on there. Very nice. Let's see. You said you got a Raven style. I don't see anybody with a Raven style. We got the Lord Morrow over here. Let me take a look at him real quick. So this is the guy that I was talking about. He's basically kind of like an energy thief, where he's able to steal people's like life force and energy. I don't see a Raven character besides the one that I was showing earlier. Unless I'm missing something. I'll look at Lantern Chrome over here. Or Chrome. I think I glossed right over him. There we go. Okay, so not bad. Probably just needs like a material or two. I did switch up my sentry. I couldn't find a material that could work, but I have a backup. Okay, very nice. Yeah, I don't see a Raven character over here, but I am going to dip down in the next phase. So let me go ahead and do that. Because I'm not trying to hold this up too far. Phase 3. So we have this one right here. I like the cosmic skin. Yeah, very nice. It's kind of nice. And then we have a cryptic spider. Looks like a Kid Flash. And then we have Tegrity right here. It looks like a bug from like New Genesis, or like the Green Beetle from like Young Justice, maybe. That's what it kind of seems like to me. I kind of like how those pop out into each other. But man, it was nice to get the Blue Beetle suit, because I know the whole community had voted on that to get that. I think that was nice. That was cool, because I forget what the other options were, but I think that was literally one of the coolest ones, and so we went for it. Very nice. We got a Flash character over here. I like how the wet paint looks good on that. That's not too bad. You could probably use the I don't know if you would use it on that or not, because it would cover up the nose, and I know the Flash doesn't really have his nose covered up when it comes to most of that. I was gonna say like use a new face piece. So here's another like Superboy Prime going on here. I'm guessing this is supposed to be kind of like the newer version. Not bad. And then we have Superman Prime, another one. Definitely needs a little bit of work, but it's not bad. Definitely night and day difference though. Then we have, oh really, we got the Butler. Alright, White Lantern Alfred. I like that. I was telling, like, when they were asking for suggestions, like, oh, what would you like to see? I threw in the suggestion. I was like, we need a balding Alfred Pennyworth hairstyle, where it's bald on the top, hair on the sides, and has a mustache. Spidey says, by the way, I appreciate your work. I love watching your videos while at work. You're very You're very much appreciated. Thank you for what you do. Yeah, you're very welcome. You are very welcome. It's just something that I like to do. Um, so I just keep doing it. You know, same with like these live streams. I like doing these, and I like making the videos, and then I like making the sneak peek videos. Like, I feel like if there's somebody that's going to show off the items, it might as well be me. If I excel at it, I might as well do it. Um, and you know, like if there's a chance for me to actually show off the items, I try to show them off in the best way possible, so you guys can kind of determine to yourselves, hey, I'd rather take this. I don't really care about this, but I do like this, but then I don't really care about that. So you can kind of pick and choose. I want it to be I want it to be as if you're on your own character and you're looking and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, like you can look at it and it kind of makes sense to you of, um, you know, like whether or not you really care for the style or not. Because I know styles are very subjective. They're not going to appeal to everyone. Some definitely a lot less more, you know, than some others. Like I know when it came down to the accessories for the resurgence capsule, it didn't click with a lot of people, and that's okay. Um, you know, you can always put in the feedback, say, okay, maybe maybe just people don't like those sort of items. Maybe try something else. But at the end of the day, you know, they went ahead and tried those out, and wanted to see how well they'll do. I assume that's kind of what it was. Nothing like official or anything, just kind of guessing on my own. But you know, at the end of the day, some people are gonna like stuff like that. Some people are not. Um, but I feel like as long as you throw in the feedback, at least they know, right? But yeah. Okay, we got the. I know that's the biker pants right there. Those would probably look cool with the metallic chroma. And then we have dark red over here. I think they're trying to make like a General Grievous with this style or something like that. Looks like something like that. Seems about right. All right. I think we've seen just about everybody that we want to see over here. So I'm going to pop into the next phase. Gonna drop back into phase 4, I believe it is. Let me take a look. Yeah, phase 4. See if there's anybody out over here. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna drop back into phase 1. All right, nice. Very nice. Okay, I'm back in phase 1. All right. Let's take a look here. I know I'd seen an orange Piccolo, but I saw him dip out. So let's look at Volt over here, the Volt. Okay, so it's kind of like another speedster rather. There you go. It's kind of like the winged like Liberty like Hermes thing going on there. Tyrant Homelander looks like they got a different style on. Let's take a quick look. So you have like the Overman, Superman going on there. Very nice. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Whoops. Wrong button. We have Alucard. Your ex-wife. Okay, this isn't as ridiculous as I thought it was going to be. I mean, she's like barefoot. I guess that could be kind of crazy. But I mean, other than that, that wasn't as crazy as I thought it was going to be. You could do a lot worse. A lot worse with that. I kind of like the ridiculousness of like the shoulder on the hands, where it's like a giant piece of like metal hanging over the arm. I kind of like that. I think overall this is a nice style. You got the cool bats floating around the character. Very nice. Let's see what else. We got Psylocke over here. So that's kind of a cool style. I like how they merge the cape and the face style together. That one's not bad either. But I do like the other one a little better. And then we have Null over here. I kind of like the Crimson Blade that they got going on. The liquid material. I think that works pretty well with that. You could use that, or you could probably use like the trying to think what else. The other one, that other red material. Let's see. I have a tell here from DCUO. Let's see if you actually have some. Let's see what you got. I saw that. It's okay. It's alright. I feel like the hair's like super bright, and I feel like there's like weird shadows on the chest and legs. I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. I feel like there's a lot going on. And I feel like it's kind of loud in the wrong areas, and then in the other areas where it should have a little more of a highlight, it just has a lot of shadows. I just feel like it's maybe a little hard to look at. So we got a Kryptonian Superman going on here. The only thing that I see is that the I feel like the blues are too close together in color. Like, see, it seems like they're almost the same material, like the same. Well, I mean, they are the same material, but I feel like the colors are almost too similar. I feel like they could use a little bit of diversification there. I mean, let me look at him again. I think he did switch it up though. So I think he's in the middle of working with that. Okay, so he is changing it up, but yeah, it's something I'd probably look at for that. And then we got. Let me see if I could find him. Superman DCUO. Like, that's not bad. I think, like, I don't know if I'd use that cape, but I think the waist, like, the waist is good. I think the boots are okay. I don't know if I'd do, like, the trim on there as gold. But, like, I guess if you want to get, like, a little fancy and make, like, a special version of Superman, like, I guess that's okay. We got Fire Elite. Making a Star Sapphire with a giant emblem. That's not too bad. That's okay. Yeah, that's not too crazy, but it's not too bad. Prince Ken, he says, gorgeous style. Yeah, hair too bright. Yeah, the hair, I feel like the style pieces were okay for that one. You know, for the one we were talking about, with Zodiac or Zodiaco. But I feel like it just, a lot of things were clashing with it. I feel like if it's like, I feel like a lot of people put these things together and they're like, oh, this is like OP, you know? Like, they're like, these materials are like expensive, they're OP, so I should throw all of them on together and make a style with it. But it doesn't mean they're actually gonna look good. That's how I kind of see it. It's like, you know, you can have you know, you can have all those expensive materials together, but if they don't mesh very well, or you can't get them to mesh very well, then it's like, you know, like it's not going to be as good. And then we have Curse over here. Not bad. I feel like it needs like a third color or something. That's what I feel like. I feel like it needs a third color. It's not. This is what I'm talking about, where you have two colors. It's just gray and blue. I feel like there needs to be something added to kind of flesh out the colors. Otherwise, you just get one bland, just blue and gray. And there's nothing super exciting about this. I feel like it needs a third color to balance that. We have Barry Allen Earth. Let me find him. There we go. 1 DC, yeah. Okay. So we got ourselves like a Green Lantern Barry Allen. I think it's okay. It's alright. And it'd be kind of cool to see like how a Flash like Green Lantern emblem would like work out. I have like a pretty good idea of probably what I would do to make it work. But yeah. Let me see here. I'd probably take the Green Lantern, like the top and bottom of the Green Lantern, where it like the straight parts like go out. I'd probably turn the straight parts into like lightning bolts. You know what I mean? On like both sides. That's probably what I would do. And then we have the Stratia over here, a Red Lantern. Yeah, this is something I gotta figure out. Figure out a good Red Lantern Supergirl style. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, definitely got to make a Red Lantern Supergirl style. See what I can do with that. Obviously, the face style would be something I'd have to involve. But yeah, very nice. All right, all right. Have I seen everyone, or for the most part? We got John Stewart. I'll look at John Stewart over here. Got John Stewart going on. I kind of like the bearded look with the mask. I like that the mask has like the eyebrows going down, so it shows like an angry mask. Or like a serious look. I really like that it adds that. It adds a lot more to the character. That's what I feel like. The only thing I'm not crazy about is that you could tell that this is a material, and then you got the material on the hair. This is probably a little bit of a nitpick, but if I had the void, I'd I have the void, like I would use the void on the hair maybe, just so that it looks more like black, so you could tell it's hair and it's different than like the black of the chest. That's probably what I would do to make it a little different. But I mean, other than that, it's not too bad. So you got a whole bunch of let's do a shot here. Just all these Green Lanterns on the front for the most part, right? I really like the head style, like the Omega head style right there. I'm just trying to find a style that works like really well with it. Like, I'm sure there's quite a few, but I haven't been really inspired to throw any specific ones on there. So that's the only thing. And then we have the Scott Summers. Looks like what, Phoenix Force version of Scott. That's kind of cool. And he switched to this one. He could have done so well with the other one. I didn't know why he had to change that. Oh well. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. We got Dickie Grayson over here. Okay, so he's not there anymore. We'll look at Claire Green. They got their Green Lantern going on. I like the elf ears. Elf ears always make things better for female characters. Matt Bardo says, I think I like the more weirdo heroes from the comics. I kind of like the idea of like the dial H for hero idea where you could dial in and you'd get the specific power of like a certain hero. I thought that concept was kind of cool. I kind of like that. And then that allowed them to tap into, into bringing in maybe some characters that are maybe obscure and don't really make it to the comics too much. And it kind of allows them to, have a little bit of screen time, so to say, right? So I kind of liked that idea when it came around, or rather when I saw it. Matthew Barta says there's some characters that I would understand why they're not around anymore. There's the character in Marvel called Hate Monger. Yeah, there's one that also got powered up from using from using a certain substance. Yeah, so I understand why there are some characters that just don't come around anymore. Yeah. There's definitely some characters that were very questionable back in the day that that deserve not to make a comeback, for sure. I think the one I'm talking about was called like Snowflake or something like that. But yeah, definitely quite the interesting hero. All right. So I think I'm going to look at two more styles, and I think we'll call it a day on the stream. We got Jubilee over here. That actually reminds me, I can't wait till the X-Men 97? Yeah, X-Men 97. When that season comes out, the new season. Looks to be very interesting, so I'm happy for it, and I look forward to it dropping on Disney Plus. I mean, because that was one of the major reasons I got Disney Plus to begin with. So it was nice to nice to see that we'll get that again. I mean, there's a bunch of other things I was watching on there. Like I also have like Hulu added onto it, so I can watch the Dragon Ball stuff and whatnot. So I could watch Daima and all that when it came out. So, but yeah, very nice. So I'm just going to be chilling out for a little bit, guys. However, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me today on this beautiful Sunday evening. It was a little later than what I was expecting, but I was like, I still want to stream, so I'm going to go ahead and stream. But I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I should have some stuff coming down on the channel in the next few days. I'll get down to making sure that some of that stuff comes down on the channel and see if you guys like it. But otherwise, I'll see you all in the next one. Laters.